life is hard, and when life is hard and you have health problems, it's much more difficult. My name's Alan Keister, and I want to welcome you to Heal the City Free Clinic. About 10 years ago, I started doing medical mission trips down to Central America. And when I would go on those trips, I would come back and I would tell people about those trips, and the people would look at me and they'd go, you know, your face lights up, you look different when you talk about what happened down there. And so there was a season where I actually thought I might move down there full time and do medical mission type of work. My family did not think that was maybe the best idea. Third world countries did not rank high on their list. And so my calling sort of ended up being right here to the city I grew up in. We started out at the church I was attending back then, and we worked with Wolflin Elementary School, and we just did simple stuff. Check your blood pressure, check your blood sugar, check your cholesterol. And you know, we had 250 people show up on that first day. We found a lady that had been in Afghanistan. She was an Afghanistan refugee, had a blood sugar of 400. So we were able to diagnose her with diabetes, get her diabetes treated, and you know, maybe one person doesn't end up in the emergency room because we did this clinic. The next one we did was actually right here in San Jacinto neighborhood. We did it on a Thursday night, kind of after school, but connected to the school. Also had food brought in, and shockingly, about 500 people showed up in 2 hours. And it was kind of then that we said, well, maybe we're on to something. Maybe we need to do something here in this neighborhood. We asked the question, you know, where had most of these people gotten their health care? And so a lot of them had not had any health care in a number of years. Several of them had gotten their health care through the emergency room. And some of them had, you know, different clinics that they'd attended, but the majority of them did not have any regular sort of health care, and the majority of them didn't have any health care insurance. I think the thing about San Jacinto is this. I was amazed that there were a lot of people who lived in this neighborhood that struggled with poverty in ways that I saw struggling with poverty even in a third world country. And to me, having grown up in Amarillo and maybe lived, eat, and breathe in a quarter of Amarillo, I didn't recognize there were people that were really struggling in ways that I hadn't seen, you know, other than outside of this country. And so, to me, I think recognizing that there were people right here where I live that are struggling. We ended up having a little bit of a town hall meeting with several of the parents over there at the school. And I just said, this is what we're thinking about, but we really want your input. Where's a place that you feel comfortable, that you trust? And so the place that they came up with was Generation Next Church. And I'd never met Pastor Tommy before, but I called him up and I said, hey, let's go to lunch. I have a crazy idea. And you know, that was the beginning of a really great relationship. So he said, you know, I have this little house out behind my church, and we use it as a youth house. And so, yeah, we set up just a 1 night a week clinic. We'll see the first, 20 people, 25 people that show up, and we're just gonna try and help you.
I've been with the clinic since it first opened in 2014. We were 1 block to the west, and we were in a 1,400 square foot house that we had 4 exam rooms that were separated by curtains. And you literally couldn't turn a complete circle without bumping into your neighbor. We thought this is gonna be great. We're gonna serve, 1,000 patients a year. Well, we outgrew that space in 2 weeks, and we stayed there for 2 years. We've grown really rapidly, so we just celebrated 5 years. Our staff has literally gone from 5 last year to 26 at this point. In 2019, we're on track to do 18,000 patient encounters and close to 20,000 prescriptions by the end of the year. The city generously gifted us this building, and now it's gone under transformation itself. Now we're able to serve a ton of people. We are serving 44 counties. So we service Texas, of course, Randall, Potter County, but they're also coming from New Mexico and Oklahoma. for access to health care. It's about 30% of Amarillo does not have health insurance, so there's a lot of people that need access to health care. Monday is our acute care day, so anybody that can come to us at 1:30 on any Monday. We have a variety of resources here. The one stipulation is you can't have any type of health insurance. So Monday is acute care. This last Monday we saw 168 patients. We range from high blood pressure to diabetes to sore throat, ear infection. We also have dental that we'll see here. We'll see about 14 patients that will be outsourced to outside dentist's office that can receive treatment. We also have eye care here, so we have optometrists that come, do eye exams, and they receive glasses here. And then, of course, the mental health collaboration. So that's on Monday. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is our chronic care program.
Those patients have set appointments, so they don't stand in line waiting to be seen. And we really engaged them in taking ownership of their health. So they agree to come onto the Shalom Clinic program. They're committed to showing up for their appointments, taking their medication. If we refer them, showing up to wherever we refer them to, and then also participating in at least 2 wellness classes a month. And so what we've seen is as we've engaged these patients that have been disconnected and have been isolated, if you will, what happens is they come here and all of a sudden they're held responsible, and shockingly enough, they go, okay, I want to be invested in my health. And for those who don't, we dismiss them from Shalom Clinic because we want everybody to come out ahead. We want them to see a real sort of whole person care that gets to happen here. And what's been happening with that is that they show up for these wellness classes and they meet somebody, and then somebody will say, hey, I'm going to go to walking class this week. Why don't you meet me for that? Or I'm going to go to Zumba this week, or sit yoga. And so all of a sudden, these disconnected people end up finding community in an odd place in a medical clinic. But what we're seeing is the outcomes are incredible. Like we see better blood pressure control, better diabetes control, better weight loss.
I think that that's something that we offer for our patients here is a chance to connect with each other and to realize that they're not alone and that they can do this, and we believe in them, and they in turn start to believe in us and believe in themselves, and that goes a long way. I've seen all kinds of transformations. I've seen staff transformation, I've seen volunteer transformation, and of course patient transformation. Even providers, that get into medicine, they get to come here and you don't have to worry about the billing and the coding. It's all about serving people and why they went into medicine in the first place. And so it's a contagious environment. Like we call it sticky. Once you come, you don't want to leave. And that says a lot.
My faith is a deep part of why I did this. I feel like I've been blessed in ways that I certainly don't deserve. And so one of the ways that I can say thanks is to give back.